Okay. All right. Here we go. Well, hi everyone. Thanks for watching our video today. We have some really exciting topics to talk about. We are going to talk about a buzzword that probably everyone is hearing, and there's a good reason why. We have found out that Facebook doesn't like when we say this word, so I'm going to call it pepper tides today, or I'm going to very slowly say GLP-1s. But we're going to talk about that today. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about how you can make money doing this or even get your peptides paid for. So I'm joined by my friend Ashley today. I'm so excited for you to
Hello.
hear from her. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for being
Hey.
here.
It keeps making
And
me laugh, pepper tides.
I know it's so funny. And we're just gonna have a good conversation, to be honest. So we hope you're here for it. Before I turn it over to Ashley, you've probably seen my story if you look at my Facebook at all, but real quick, just want to make the connection between Ashley and I too. So I am someone who I really will say I was doing all the right things. I'm someone who was strength training 5 to 6 times a week, literally training for a marathon, eating very, very healthy. And I had lost 50, taken supplements, like everything like that. And I had lost 50 pounds doing all of that. Here's what happened though. After I lost the 50 pounds, still doing all that, not changing anything, all of a sudden, I'm gaining weight back rapidly, like way faster than I lost it. And I could not figure out why, and it was defeating. And on top of that, like just feeling inflamed. I remember brain fog coming back, like my energy going away again, and I was so defeated. And so, of course, I start researching things. Part of that is just getting older too, right? Like our bodies don't do the same things. But anyway, I started researching and what I was consistently seeing in my research. And I'm one of those people that I like holistic stuff. So I was researching, like listening to the holistic podcast that I listen to, or, I follow like naturopaths on Instagram, hearing it from chiropractors, stuff like that. And I kept hearing about these peptides and micro dosing GLP-1s. And I'm like, okay, well, that's something I swore I would never do. But all these people that I trust are now talking about it. So something's going on here. And also, at the same time, Ashley, I'd been seeing you
hmm
having amazing results doing it and other people that like I really trust and value and know that you would do your research. Um so finally I said yes. And I will say like 10 weeks in, okay, not losing my hair. My muscle is, I'm not losing muscle. I'm lifting heavier than I ever have. I'm running better than I've ever run, or stronger than I've ever run, I should say. And in just 10 weeks, I'm down, I wanted to lose 15 lbs. I'm down 17. Um, 9% body fat. And I have one of those cool like Humi health pads or whatever, so you can track lots of things. My muscle, my lean muscle and all that has stayed in the high zone the entire time. So I am so thankful I said yes. Like having the best, I feel great, having the best experience ever. And I have you to thank for that, Ashley. So thank you.
Aw. Aw. No, I'm
Uh,
glad you're open to it.
me too. But enough about me. I'm so glad you're here because you have your own amazing transformation story, but you also are building a really amazing business out of this too. So, do you mind, like, can I first have you share your personal story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, what I'm going to say first is I was so excited when you did reach out, and I've told you this before because you're like my crunchy friend. I have non-crunchy friends and then I have crunchy friends. And I was like, if Liz is like okay with doing this, which I had done all the research too, but it just excited me that like one of my crunchy friends was like, hey, I've done all the research as well And this stuff is like actually a really good thing, it just made me super excited. So I was so
Aw.
glad about that. And then it's been so fun to like see your journey with it and how
Thank you.
excited you have been, you know, and because I know how hard you
It's
work.
hard not to be excited
Yeah.
when your
Well, I
body
know how
finally
hard you worked
responds.
before, because we've
Thank
been
you.
friends for a while. And so
Hmm.
it's just, I know how that can be defeating, because I was going through the same thing, like doing all the right things. I wasn't training for a marathon like you, which I would love to, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just not a runner. I would love to be a runner. I live vicariously through you. But long story short, I was doing all the right things. I was working out. I eat healthy. My husband makes so much fun of me. Like, that's how healthy I eat. He's like, you never know what we're going to have in our house, because of Ashley. And just like the scale wasn't budging, And I'm 52, and it kind of seems like that it all started to happen, maybe at like 43 or something. I did hit menopause early, and then I would just lose weight, then go back up, lose weight, go back up, and I was doing supplements and everything, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just you get to a certain point where you just feel defeated and you're like, okay, this isn't working. I've got to find something that is going to work for me. So I watched my friend Shanna for a year, who is a nurse, and I would message her every few months and check in. I kept thinking she's gonna like grow a horn or a third eye, or her hair's gonna fall out. Like, all these horrible things that happen to people are gonna happen to her. And I'm just gonna sit here. I hope it doesn't, but I'm gonna sit here and watch, because she's gonna be the guinea pig, not me. And she's a nurse. And Shanna also is the crunchiest person you've ever met in your entire life. Like, I mean, she reads labels on, what air fresheners are coming in her house and her soap and like just everything. I might need to go live
Hmm.
with her. But anyway, nothing happened to her except that she kept looking better and better and feeling better and better. And like her skin was glowing and she was losing weight and she had more energy. And so finally, I think it was like the end of October, I said, okay, like, you win. I'm finally going to try these things. And what had held me up so long, not only the side effect thing, which I'm going to address in a minute, but it was that tiny little thing that you like a needle. I'm
Hmm.
being careful with my words, but it was
Yeah.
that. And it is literally the size of a hair strand. And I am terrified of them, like terrified. Like, I go give blood, I won't even look at it while I'm doing it. Just grosses me out. I'm like, there's no way that I can ever do that to myself. Well, anyway, I got it in the mail and I'm like, I cannot believe that I waited a year because of this. You don't feel it. It's like
You
nothing,
don't.
you know? And the whole
Everyone says that to me, by the way, Ashley.
yeah,
Like all my friends and family that have started, they've also said
yeah,
that was their biggest fear. And then they
yeah.
laugh at themselves because they're
Mhm.
like, that was the easiest thing ever.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody gets hung up on. Like, if you were like,
Hmm.
hey, you can take a pill or a drink and get this same effect, people would be all over it. They wouldn't even have to think about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
But you
the,
can't. And that's an important thing that you just said. You can't get,
yeah,
actually, I think we learned that if you were to take this in oral form, as of
mhm,
right now, you
yep,
would only get 10% absorption of it
right.
because of all the acidity in our mouths and how it gets
Hmm.
filtered through our organs and all that. But this is 100% absorption. And you and I can speak to this. You feel
Yeah.
the effects immediately.
Hmm.
It's not magic, but it kind of feels like it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like once people understand why it's in that format, then it's like, oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you do see like on the market, like all these people advertising, drinks, pills, blah, blah. And I feel bad for them because I'm like, gosh, I hope you just do your research and figure out so you're not wasting your money.
Hmm.
Um,
Agreed.
But anyway, so that was the big hang up there for me. And then, of course, I was worried about side effects. And what I found out about side effects is a lot of times those will come from people, one, not doing it properly, two, getting it off of the black or gray market, which, is what we call research grade. And that means that it even says, like on those websites, not to use for human or animal consumption. Like, well, okay, I'm sure not going to put that in my body. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
people are mixing up this powder in their kitchen and water or like not the water, but the stuff you put in it. And
The
like,
bacteriostatic water. Yeah. Hmm.
yes, thank you. And they can get E. coli and stuff. We actually had a friend of Shanna's that happened to with a research grade one, and she ended up in the hospital and almost died. And so that is why also that I love this platform that we have. And it's a telehealth platform. It's super buttoned up. You are under a physician's care. You're not under Liz or Ashley's care. We are legitimately just like professional pointers. And so
Yep.
you can feel really safe about that. And I kind of skipped over part of my story, but basically within 16 weeks, I was down 25 pounds. And
So
so that seems
you look
like,
great.
oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. I got all excited about talking about our platform because I do. I get all excited about it.
Me too. I get it.
But the main thing is that this works, and I didn't expect it to work, even though I watched Shanna, for a year. And as of yesterday, she's down 100 pounds.
That
Um,
is so amazing.
She does not have the O face that people talk about. She doesn't have saggy skin. She's like you. She hasn't lost any muscle mass. None of the things happened to her. And it's because of our platform. I like firmly believe in that, and it's so important where you get these things from. And we feel, that we offer the safest one, and the more, I feel like the most affordable too for what you get.
For what you get.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So,
you know what, Ashley, because you called me out on being a crunchy mom earlier,
yeah.
which is so true. And I will that's why I finally said yes, because I looked at this and I said, okay, what we have has three ingredients in it.
Hmm.
Even if you look at the pharmaceutical versions of this, they have black label warnings because they put fillers, preservatives, nasty stuff. And ours, this and then there's research grade black market ones, like you said. And for me, this was not an area that I'm going to be willing to take a shortcut or pay a cheaper price and risk my
Yeah.
life. I mean, let's be
Hmm.
real, risk your life. No, I want the three ingredients that are as natural and homeopathic. I mean, these are peptides are naturally occurring strings of amino acids in our body.
Hmm.
So I'm so glad that I found this through you. And I
Yeah.
100% agree with you. Like we could not have a better format of where we get these from. Like so safe. And I feel really good about sharing them with our people that we love.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then that's what actually started me in the business. And actually, I feel like started you too, because I remember whenever you started, you were like, I'm just going to use these for myself and I'm not going to share it with anyone, And Liz and I have worked together before. And I was like, hey, yeah, no problem at all. Like, I understand because I felt the same way. I was like, I'm going to use these, I'm not going to share it with anybody. I actually hid it in my refrigerator for a month from my
It
husband,
hurts.
who's
Yeah.
the nicest man on the planet. I don't know why I felt this need to hide it. And then he's like, hey, you look really good. You're losing weight like after a month. And he goes, what are you doing? Because he's used to me having like a million supplements. My
Aw.
daughter even said, you love supplements like I love clothing. I'm like, you're right. Um, so anyway, I said, well, we got to talk. And I told him, and he's like, Ashley, why didn't you tell me? And where can I get some?
Yeah. No doubt. That is every time you tell that, it cracks me up.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I decided to share because I was having such great results. And then I love my friends, and my family, and I know that everyone is looking for this now. Like, I mean, the statistics, it's 17% of people right now are on peptides, and by 2027, 70% are going to be on peptides or peppertides. I said the word, uh-oh.
It's
And
hard to not.
it's not. I know it's hard. But anyway, long story short, I wanted them to have a safe platform to get theirs from and not go out and get, gray market or black market. Because I've heard since I've been doing this, I have people come to me now that because I'm not judgmental and they say, hey, I got it from here and there. And, one, it didn't work. Either it didn't work or they had some crazy weird thing. And they're like, can I get it from here?
Hmm.
And so I love that we have a safe platform. And so how
Yeah.
that works, just so people know, is you actually fill out a medical intake questionnaire form for whatever peptide that you're buying. And then the doctor will approve you, or if you have something weird happening, with the questionnaire, like your answers, they'll tell you if you don't. And then you have a portal that you can use 24/7 for any of your questions. I don't see it. Liz doesn't see it. It's just between you and the doctor. We're just like pointing you to here is my telehealth platform. And everything comes with your peptides. So you get your supplies, your syringes, your alcohol pads, everything. There's no extra like costs, no hidden fees. A lot of I know companies like you'll see things pop up in your browser. I'm like the internet
Hmm.
browser. I'm like 52 over here, on AOL.
You
Anyways,
look great. You look great. Nobody would have ever have guessed that.
so stuff will pop up on your browser and like I seriously I looked at all of them for a year and they've all got some kind of little secret hidden fee. So this I feel like is the best one.
I can't believe when people come in to my inbox and tell me what they're paying.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, you're right. You can come in as a customer. That's one
Hmm.
way.
Yep.
Or you can come in as the professional pointer or the brand partner, whatever we want to call it, right? And
Yes.
the way I see it, Ashley, there's a few different types of people when
Hmm.
it comes to that. So I'll have you talk through like how you sign up as a brand partner, but I feel like there's the person who because what's going to happen is you're going to take these, you're going to lose inflammation, you're going to lose weight, you're going to feel better, and people are going to say, what are you doing? And
Hmm.
so there might be a person who never wants to post on their Facebook or Instagram like we do, but people are still going to ask them what they're doing. And they
Hmm.
might as well get some kickback for telling them what they're doing instead of pointing
Yeah.
them to me and you. And then
Hmm.
there's people who might want to do a little bit more and, pay for their pepper tides. And there's people who might want to make a big income off of this. So I feel
Hmm.
like there's this wide spectrum. So
Hmm.
can you talk to us about like how would you sign up that way? What do we need to know and kind of how does that work?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the simplest thing ever. Basically, you just decide, okay, I want to be a professional pointer. And then you pay a one-time $79 fee. And then you pay an $8 a month technology fee, which includes like all your training, our doctor videos. There's like a weekly training for you, all your back office tools. So basically, you're able to like start up your own business, referring people for 79 bucks and then keep it going for $8 a month, which is like unheard of.
Yeah.
And everything's done for you. So, all you do is just tell your experience and then point them to your link where they go in with the doctor and the medical intake form and the portal, and everything's just handled from there. My inbox is amazing because people are so happy. They're having a lot of success. I have been in the supplement industry for 8 years. And was always, my inbox was not always very happy because I was constantly having to troubleshoot for people and tweak this, tweak that. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? I don't have to do any of that now. Because one, this works. And then two, they have their doctor for all their
Mhm.
questions, you know? So I'm not
Yep.
having to be the expert, you know? I'm just pointing them to something that I like or that I love, actually. So, yeah, so it's the
Yeah,
simplest thing ever.
it is. And you actually get a little bit of kickback on your own orders too, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
cool for people to know.
Yeah.
So, so we get awesome support, like you said, from the company itself. So
Mm-hmm.
for anyone that does want to share, we get all these tools, like you said, but then we also, and you're probably not going to brag on yourself enough, but we also have this really great community through you and our broader team too, where you get training, you get that sense of community, you have like I feel like I've made friends out of this, which is
Yeah.
so much fun too. But talk to us a little bit just about like the team community aspect that you get too.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, you're sometimes when you sign up for different things, I know I've felt like this in the past. Like I'd sign up for something and they're like, okay, well, see you later. And then you don't ever talk to anyone for like 6 months to a year. That is not like this. You have an overload of support, like so much support you don't even know what to do with. And you do really become like part of the community. So you're able to start like your own business, but with a ton of support, you know, on the back end. We teach you, you know, if you want to do the social media thing, we teach you how to do that. If you want to do it just in person, we teach you how to do that. If you want to gather people at your home, we teach you how to do that. We also have, you know, doctors, chiropractors, salon owners, like across the board, putting this in their businesses because they really love that they're able to just put up a QR code at their front desk and say, hey, this is something I recommend. And then it goes over to our telehealth platform, and there it takes all the liability and responsibility off of them. So they're able to also bring in, you know, an extra income stream. We even have a lot of dentist offices doing this,
Hmm.
which I thought was really interesting, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
No, it
not
is.
just for like individuals like me and you know, also like brick and mortars can, you know, add this. And we have a whole business in a box kit that will help them get started. And it includes like their business cards, their banners, all their brochures, everything. So,
Well, that makes a ton of sense because if you think about like chiropractors or even hairstylists,
yeah,
nurses, like unfortunately, I don't like the pharmaceutical options anyway, to be honest with you, but
yeah.
unfortunately, most people aren't getting approved for insurance through this.
Hmm.
And so they want to have a safe place to point people to. So if they're in those businesses, this is a great way to do that. So I love that you called
Hmm.
that out.
I'm glad you
Um,
said that because I totally forgot that part of my story because I got all excited about the platform. But I was one of those people. I was one of those
Yeah.
people. I actually went to my doctor and they like laughed at me. And I was 173 pounds at 5'5", which is actually overweight, you know, and now I'm 148. And so I really did need to lose about 30 pounds, but insurance wasn't going to cover me for that, you know? So
It's
I
so
was
crazy.
grateful there was a
Yeah.
platform. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. And not only that, but like I guarantee, I don't know if this is a test that exists or not, but if
Mhm.
there's a way to test for like GLP-1 deficiency, I
Mhm.
can promise you I am. Because
Yeah.
when the very first time I took this, I ate dinner that night
Yeah.
and I was satisfied. I didn't even finish
Yeah.
my plate.
Yeah.
And I've never had that in my entire life, Ashley. Like, I didn't know what that feeling was.
Yeah.
And it was life changing. And then I was also somebody who constantly thought, okay, when is my next meal? What am I going to eat? Like, even though I ate healthy, oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, to just have that quiet. So it's crazy to me that, unfortunately, or it's sad to me actually that
Yeah.
unfortunately a lot of people can't get this through insurance that need it and could benefit from it. Inflammation alone helps solve so many health issues.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm really glad that we have that option.
Yeah.
And the last thing, the community is so amazing. You touched on that. The last thing I wanted to ask you, if you would touch on, we talked about how you can do this, like if you want to just help offset the cost, but there's a real potential here. Like we see when we join the team calls, there are people that are leaving their 9 to 5, making quadruple if
Mm-hmm.
not more. Like somebody on the team just had a $50,000 paycheck in one week
Mm-hmm.
through this telehealth company. Like good
Mm-hmm.
for them. So
Yes.
there is tons of opportunity, right? I mean, the more that you do, the bigger you grow your own team. If you want to grow a team, like there's
Mm-hmm.
lots of potential.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, and then like we said earlier, 17% right now, and I feel like I see it everywhere right now, but 17% are on peptides. And then by, 2027, 70%. So I feel like I see it now everywhere. It's just going to be like inundated. So people want this, so you might as
Yeah.
well be the one that's going to offer them a safe place, where they can get it. And we have so many other peptides
Mhm.
besides just, the GLPs. And we can get you the list of those. I mean, we basically have like everyone you can imagine. Um,
We do. And I started a series on that already. I'm going to keep that going because I like educating on the other ones.
mhm.
Um, and Ashley, you might have already said this, but I just
Yeah.
want to touch on what you just said because I truly feel like we are at the right place at the right time for anyone that's looking for growth.
Mhm.
But on top of what, did you already say that we also have learned that 86% of people have a weight loss goal or a health goal.
Yes.
So there is so much opportunity to reach people, and we have what people need to actually get results and get the support they need for the first time in their life. So lots and lots of opportunity, you guys. Anyone watching, like if this is something of interest to you, um, the growth here is exponential.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad I found it.
Me too. And I'm so glad to be on your team. I love being on your team. I love doing this with you. And our entire community is awesome.
Oh, well, you're amazing. I love working with you too. It's so fun.
Aw, thank you. Well, this was awesome. I'm sure we'll do another one. But just to kind of close this out, thank you again. And anyone who's watching this, if you're watching on my page, then if you're interested in the peppertides or the business, please reach out to me. If you're watching on Ashley's page and you're friends with her, please reach out to her. We'd be so happy to get you started, whichever avenue you want to go.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for
Thank
having me.
you. Bye.